finally bought an Apple HomePod Mini. Its user interface is simple but useful. Volume up and volume down are available via dedicated buttons. A simple tap on the top will pause or resume playing audio or clear a timer. Double tap on the top will go forward a song or chapter on a playlist. Triple tap on the top will go back a chapter or song in a playlist. All of these commands are just as equally executed via voice commands, which is also nice.
Hey Siri, add Pixie Sticks to the grocery list.
I've added Pixie Sticks to the grocery list.
Hey Siri, play Is This the Life We Really Want by Roger Waters.
Now playing Deja Vu by Roger Waters.
Hey Siri, set timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes, starting now.
Hey Siri, what's left on our timer?
The timer has about 11 minutes to go.
Hey Siri, cancel timer.
It's cancelled.
The sound delivered out of this speaker is dire for the $100 price tag. It has a very bright sound. There is no fullness to the sound. It boasts the ability to auto-sense room dynamics and inject sound into the room. Simply, it's not satisfying to listen to. It's a great interactive speaker with Siri, but in terms of actual sound quality, real world, it's no better than a less expensive JBL clip-on Bluetooth speaker. The Siri functionality is well integrated and sets the speaker apart from others. You can get a response from a "Hey Siri" even when it's playing media loudly through its speaker.
Hey Siri, who won the Mets game last night?
The Mets were trounced by the Tigers yesterday. The final score was 8-1.
Its ability to parse out its output from vocal in-room input is actually quite remarkable.
Hey Siri, is it gonna rain today?
Sorry, I can't access weather information right now. Please try again in a moment.
It's easy to transfer from your iOS device to the speaker when you are playing media. You simply hover the iOS device over the speaker and the audio out from the iOS device should transfer over to the speaker. It's shipped with temperature and humidity sensors that were apparently dormant until Apple turned them on via a software update. Now we can ask Siri what the temperature is or the humidity is, and it will report values from the HomePod sensors.
It's 74 degrees Fahrenheit in the kitchen. Humidity in the kitchen is normal at 44%.
It can also be used to trigger automation via the Home app. In the end, I would never even consider getting a second HomePod Mini after paying $100 for this. Even to get stereo sound, I would not get a second. It's still poor quality sound. Buy it for Siri voice commands, but be warned about the actual sound quality. You may find a less expensive Alexa or Google or similar voice assistant does the job just fine. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more review videos like this one. So this is the M2 edition of the MacBook Air. It's small, it's slim, it's light, and that was a very hinge-worthy joke. It has a nice fingerprint button, so you can use that for both wake up from sleep as well as to verify your identity once you're already logged in. It has a generous sized mouse pad compared to older models. It has nice upper keyboard without the touch bar. Saves a lot of space. Up in the top bezel area there's a 1080p HD camera, which is handy to have it at eye level for calls and meetings. It does have in the front of it these little notches where you open and close the clamshell, the little indentation. But the notches on either side, and these are in the more recent versions, so it's not new to this model, but they're hard metal. They're not sharp per se, but they are hard metal, and I'm not sure why they did that. Spatial audio is awesome. There's 4 speakers, and it really, really sounds different than older models that didn't have that. One thing about it, I don't know if it's the surface, the color, or what, but it's a dust magnet. Pretty much anything that you would think of gets picked up on it. In terms of ports, on the right side, there's a regular 3.5-inch headphone jack, and on the left side, there's 2 Thunderbolt USB 4 ports, as well as a MagSafe charger. And it's interesting, you can charge with the MagSafe charger, or faster, you can charge via the USB port and an optional 67-watt power brick. But the magnetic charging is fun and safe. It's also slow. It takes about 4 hours to charge it from nothing to full via the MagSafe. So in terms of price, if you're looking at the M2 model of the MacBook Air, it's going to start at $11.99 for the basic configuration. The basic configuration is obviously the bare bones, but I think it's lacking in terms of both memory. It's at 8 gigs. And in terms of storage, it's not, down as low as 128 gig storage, but it is 256 gig. And I ended up customizing mine to try to future-proof it because you cannot upgrade the internal parts on this model. So it costs a lot more when you add disk space, go up to a terabyte, and when you add memory, and I went up to 24 gigabytes from the default 8 gigabytes of memory. So that all adds up, and I'm not sure if it's really worth future-proofing it at this point. In terms of speed, yes, it's absolutely fast. Performance is in the eye of the beholder, really. It depends what you're doing. These benchmark tests you can download and run. I mean, I don't know what they tell you. They tell you that it does stuff really fast in terms of computation. You can monitor that the battery was depleted from 28% down to 21% capacity, which is interesting as it ran. But I think all in all, this proves very little. It just is basically going to tell you a generic performance metric that it's going to do across all machines. So it really comes down to what you do on the machine and what you need it to do, and does it perform for you. Where is the microphone? So it has a 3 microphone array in it, but I've been told on Teams or Zoom calls where there's multiple people to stop typing, because wherever the microphone array is, it's very close to the keys, and it actually interrupts other people who are talking. They can hear you if you're not muted. So yeah, it's very lightweight. It comes in colors. Fingerprint replaces password in most cases. I love the MagSafe charger, and the mouse pad is generous. I don't like that it has no touchscreen still, that you cannot upgrade the RAM or the hard drive. The screen size, the advertised, is 13.6, but it feels small. I don't know how else to describe it. It just doesn't feel like it's enough. There's nothing really magical about this battery life. I know Apple touts that, because we've hardwired everything and broken apart the battery into various parts and made it super slim and all that. There's really nothing magical about it. I'd prefer almost a thicker machine with replaceable components and a more straightforward replaceable battery. So really, I think the takeaway on this is consider the M1, because right now I've seen it regularly advertised for around $7.99, both at Costco and at Best Buy. These are the icon of the Bluetooth headphones. At the gym, they hold up great and stay on even while working out on the track. Using the same pair for 2 years now, and amazingly, the battery is still holding up at about 30 hours per charge. Advertises 40 hours battery life on a new pair. About 5 minutes of charging gives you 3 hours of playback when the battery is low. The battery life is impressive. They do have noise isolation, not noise cancellation. It has an adjustable and foldable cushioned headband and cushioned over-the-ear cups. May go without saying, but it is stereo Bluetooth, and nicely works with Android as well. I can hear Jan Hammer playing in the background. Multifunction buttons on earphone itself allow you to control music, phone calls, and, if connected to iOS devices, ask Siri questions. Yeah, so it's all about the bass. And these headphones shaking is just a funny simulation, but you get the idea. They have great bass sound. I don't know how else to convey that on a video. Semi-obscure charging cable is USB-A to USB Micro B. The mic functions as expected, focusing on your voice, but the ambient noise in the room can come through in loud environments. Here's what it sounds like in a coffee shop through regular phone mic. Now we'll turn on the and we'll try it again. This is what it sounds like with the Beats headphones on. Can you hear me any better? This is what it sounds like through the microphone on the headphones outside. Lastly, they are so comfortable that you can wear them around town on your shoulders, but I am told that this is not a look that works for me. On the like side, the bass range is great. They're lightweight, they're great at the gym, great battery life. They connect better than other Bluetooth headphones or accessories. The microphone's fair as long as you're not in too crowded of an environment, but it's really a sweet spot in terms of price and cost. You get the quality for mid-range in price. On the dislike side, it's definitely closer to, but still not as good as what corded audio can give you in terms of sound quality and just the overall acoustics. It does have kind of a hard plastic feel. The buttons may feel a little cheap when you click on them, kind of like if you remember the original iPod, which had the scroll wheel, the physical scroll wheel. After a while, it started to kind of feel floppy. And you're trading sound quality for wireless connectivity, as all other wireless headphones do. Yeah, so it's all about the bass. They have great bass sound. So if you liked the video, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to receive more of these reviews.